the scientific person, the religious person, any kind of person will not understand truth. They can explore and explore and explore and explore through prayer, through telescopes, through thoughts, through imagination, through fantasy, but they'll never discover reality. Or they'll never understand reality or truth, because all is reality and truth once a person has been seen through. Science is truth. Religion is truth. All that is changing is truth. All that is stable and moving is truth. But when there's a discoverer, when there's a realizer, when there's a doer, when there's a researcher, when there's an investigator, they're masking themselves from the truth that they already are. When you say science is truth, religion is truth. Science is here to explore itself, to understand itself. Religion is here to understand itself. We don't need a religious person for religion to understand itself. We don't need a burp to understand itself. Or we don't need the mind of a burp to understand itself. The thought is here to experience itself as the thought that it appears as. If we give a name to the thought, if we give a story to the thought, we can become a person wanting to play and manipulate that thought into some sort of interest through boredom, through an inability to accept life as it is. Everyone is guilty. Even Christ guilty. Even Buddha guilty. Shiva guilty. Because you have to understand what guilty is, to understand that it's a thought. Innocence is a thought. But we have to go through this thought process because of our ancestors and because of our minds and because of our conditioning and our programming and our past and our future and our time elements that we all created through thoughts to create interest about what is taking place. That's the chore. That's the chore of life. When the scientific person gives up the search to understand what is taking place, it becomes that what is taking place. The discoverer tries to discover the discovered. When it gives up, the discovered has already given itself up. It's just innocently here. But the discovering is that what is always here. Discovering is discovering itself. The thought of hunger is feeding itself. It wants to understand itself. The burp wants to understand itself. When the person goes, there's no individual components like science, religion. There is no questions, there is no answers. It is seen that all is one consciousness, one life, one whole existence. When you say the burp is trying to understand itself, most minds go, what a waste of time this is. My God, who wants to know about a burp? I don't want that burp. Actually, it always comes at the wrong time. When I'm giving a lecture, burp, my God, I hate my burps. A burp is life. A thought is life. The chair is life. The rain is life. The universe is life. The spirit is life. The soul is life. God is life. Brahman is life. Absolute life. Consciousness is that what holds all life as one whole momentary life. When the scientific person says, one moment is, they fall into the truth that they already are. But not as a person, not as a scientist. They have to lose that position. That's why the scientific person, the religious person, no person can understand reality and truth because they have a position to play. I am a person position. I'm not giving up my person position to understand that what I want and I deserve and I am entitled to discover. Is that an understanding of yourself, or is that a projecting of what you want to discover on top of yourself, or below yourself, or as well as yourself? The person self is the whole problem. I will give you an example of what is taking place through movement. This hand is living. It is science. It is religion. It is all aspects, all names. It is living, loving. It is touching. It is sensing. It is caring. It is kind. It is compassion. It is moving. And it's the same with the burp. Here's the burp. Let's replace the hand as the burp. It comes and it goes. The burp has experienced itself as a living entity of consciousness. The hand is experiencing itself as a living entity of consciousness. The thought is experiencing itself as a living entity of consciousness. When the person comes, it wants to give it a name, a description, a size, a quality, a measurement. It analyzes it, it judges it, it breaks it up into molecules and atoms, and it's dissected, and it's made a fool out of. The person makes a fool out of life. And by doing that, the person makes a fool out of itself, exploring through a telescope or a microscope, looking for something that it already is. One moment is.